So you may be able to hear me at this point. There's a bit of a lag. There it says, starting. Still getting used to the lag on YouTube live stream. It takes about 10 seconds between what I'm actually saying and what you guys are seeing. So it's actually almost live. Um, but jokes and awkwardness aside, I am Jonathan Chapman Cook of JCC Piano Studio. This is my very first live stream on this YouTube channel. So for anyone who I just sent the link, or if you saw it on Facebook, welcome. We're maybe just going to have a couple people tuning in for this live stream. Yeah, there, now my camera's working. That's good. So I think I'll just hop right into what I'm going to do. Sometimes at the end of a long teaching day, because I teach for quite a few hours every day, I see a lot of students, I look at a lot of music, I face a lot of blocks with my students, and we work through those blocks, and that's a big part of the lessons. Another part of the lessons that I experience internally that I don't get to talk about too much is musical ideas that run through my brain while I'm teaching. And I might be working on a piece with a student and have an idea, and the filter I have to put that through is this idea something that's appropriate to talk to my student about? Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's like, no, that idea is gonna not quite work within the context of this lesson. So I have this experience of experiencing impulses of energy, impulses of musical ideas. I'll have moments where in the middle of a lesson, this little thing in me is just like, I just want to play right now. And I don't do that because I have my primary focus as helping out this student. And having a few of those throughout the day leads to a feeling of having kind of stuffed some things down. It's a busy day. I experience these impulses or ideas or creative this creative experience, and a lot of that comes into my lessons. I'm not saying I'm not complaining is what I'm saying, but it's part of the job in a way. Is that as a composer, I'm thinking through a lot of things constantly, and as a teacher, my job is to empty myself out and help carry the student towards what's going to be best for them. So with that, a lot of the time at the end of the day, I'm tired. Yes, we're all tired at the end of the day, right? And then I have ideas still kind of trickling around in my brain. And a lot of the time I'll just sit at the piano and play around with some of those ideas or whatever it is that comes through. And I thought it would be fun to hop onto this live stream and give you all a window into what that experience is like for me. May have to do with material that was directly covered in the lesson, maybe other things that came through my brain, who knows. So I thought it would be fun would be to kind of go back to the beginning of my teaching day and talk about some of the music that I taught today. So the first thing I taught today was the theme song to Gravity Falls. It's just in the intro reel, and it's this part right here. A lot of the time I'm kind of learning this music as my students learn it. And this particular student thrives on being given a challenge. That's definitely a challenge for him. He's a young lad, and We worked really hard on getting that section down. He got it by the end of his lesson. I think the melody after that is... And then is it... It's something like that. I haven't listened to it enough to totally internalize it. But just that chord progression. This actually feels really good. I'm finding that as part of my idea to share my teaching material, I've never actually done this, kind of gone to the beginning of my day and gone through the music that I've been teaching. So yeah, this is kind of cool. So the next thing I was teaching was a song of my own that uses a hand position called thumbs on A. And I think this is a really cool hand position for a white key 5-finger position. A lot of piano methods begin with thumbs on C. So you've got middle C at the core of things. And then you learn the thumb on C in the left hand. You can play a lot of songs with thumbs on C. It's been done in so many methods that I thought, as I developed my own teaching material for composing, that this idea of thumbs on A would be really cool because of the possibilities of it. If you listen to the right hand scale and the left hand scale, for those of you out there who are music theory buffs, you'll recognize that the right hand is an A minor 5-finger scale. And the left hand is a D minor 5-finger scale. In this case, if you start on the thumb, you start on the 5th scale degree and go down to the root and come back up. And if we play that in contrary motion, which means we're going to go in opposite directions and come back. It's just a really cool sounding scale. If you play a chord in the left hand, put those thumbs together. It's already pretty, I don't know, sounds good. Play them together. You get this beautiful, sometimes I say it's a jazz chord. Definitely a commonly used chord in jazz. It's a D minor 9. lots of different octaves within that scale. And just create some really, really great sounding stuff. So much fun to improvise with that scale. So I guess what I'm doing is actually just talking about what I'm teaching and improvising on it. So I'm good with that. Hope you guys are enjoying. What did I teach next? Next I had a student who we just talked about new repertoire. We had exploration, listening to music. What did we talk about? Talked about Chopin's barcarolle as an option for a new piece of repertoire. So let's pull that up. I hope I'm not doing anything wrong by pulling up other people's YouTube videos. Hope I'm doing them a service. Please. Deities of intellectual property, have mercy. Might show us an ad. This is not an ad-free account. Let's see. I like the idea of the barcarolle for this student. Chopin, F sharp major, opus 60. Christian Zimmermann. If he dares, well, I'm not even going to say anything about Christian Zimmermann. Quite a guy. I'll say that. Quite a guy and quite a marvelous pianist. All right, so let's look at this. Which screen is going to be good? Let's listen to a little bit of this together. Hello, Mr. Zimmermann, and your castle. Oh, goodness. The chandelier. Yeah, I'm sure Chopin had a chandelier like that. Nah. Yeah, the people who maybe kept him living while he did, maybe. So barcarolle is short, or means boat piece, boat song. And there's this beautiful, here we go. I hope you guys can hear this. You can let me know in the comments if you can hear it. If you can't, trust me, it's just gorgeous. All right. Okay. I actually mentioned this piece to my student and didn't listen to it. It's been a while. That's just so lovely. Thank you, Mr. Zimmerman, for that clear and, just clear as water. Oh no, somebody's saying we can't hear. Why is that? Let's see. You can hear. See, I need to get used to. Oh, I love this. There's folks tuning in here who I don't know. Cool, welcome, guys. Replay is quite esquite. I don't know what that means. Anyways, I'm not so versed in doing the whole. Yeah, thank you, my love, for saying that you can hear it. That must have been this other server's audio issues. Thank you, Alex. Shout out to you. This is cool. This is fun. Hope you guys are enjoying this. So I'm feeling 6/8. We're in a major key. He's playing. Now, I don't want to be too. I'm not the best at just listening to something like that and immediately being able to play it and then improvise on it and like the style of Chopin. That ain't what I do. But what I can do is take that and draw elements from it and do something of my own with it. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do something in 6/8 that's in a major key that's roughly the same tempo and that's flowing and lovely, and see where it goes with the phrases. I'm just going to imagine being on a boat somewhere in Never Never Land, and let's go into it. I'll probably do this for maybe 2 or 3 minutes. That's the best thing about Nightcap improvisation is it's not about achieving anything. Whatever you can do, make time at your instrument to just relax at it. Seriously. Like if you play an instrument and you're working towards something, if you're I was about to use the word youngster, which is the last word I ever wanted to hear to describe me when I was growing up. So, you know, if you're between the ages of 6 and even 5, like 5-year-olds have voices. Up to, you know, 18, 19, 20. Oh my gosh. And music school students or students who studied music who maybe are still pursuing it or stopped taking lessons and, you know, are pursuing some other profession, all the way through that range. I know it's a really wide range to give a little piece of advice to, but man, like if you play the piano at all, even if you don't, and you have access to a piano, sit down at it and don't pressure yourself. Like take some time to just push those keys down and play. If you know how to order them in a certain way and you have some skill, relax. Don't pressure yourself to try to build that skill in every moment you spend at the instrument. When you see the greatest pianists alive sit down and play, and it's like, it just seems natural. That's because they spend a lot of time playing. They're not always pressuring themselves, they play. So, you know, just play. So I'm going to wrap this up in a couple minutes. I don't know why tonight. Actually, I do know why, and there's about 6 lessons I taught after that one that I haven't gotten into the material of, but at this point, I'm just going to let my kind of whatever's moving around inside me just move around. I was kind of feeling hymns tonight because I detected some really like kind of deep level, slightly twisted hymn references in one of the pieces I was analyzing with a student who's studying composition, and you know, we're analyzing music. It was actually in the second piece from Schumann's Kreisleriana. If you're a classical music buff, check that out, or if you already know it. There's some hymn stuff, some hymn influence happening in there that's really interesting. And I just pulled out an old hymnal. I just opened to a random hymn. I don't even know what that means, but I'm going to play for 5 more minutes and maybe look up at this hymn, see what happens. All right, here we go. All right, guys, I see. Where do I sign up? Shoot me a message. Drop a comment on my Facebook or on my YouTube page. Just get in touch with me that way. If you can drop me a message on YouTube, feel free to do that, and I'll be in touch. I offer a free consultation / first lesson to anybody who's interested. That's no obligation. I would just hang out and playing Mary Had a Little Lamb on the beat. You got to get it. Mary Had a Little Lamb on the beat. This is the first time I've ever had people watching my stream who aren't like my friends and family. So this is cool. Thanks for tuning in, guys. All right, I'm just going to play for a few minutes. I'm not looking at comments. I will I will check them out when I finish. So thank you all for being here, and hope you have a great rest of your night, and keep making time at the instrument to just play. Play. Don't work, play. If you play, you're going to run into something that you want to be able to do that your fingers can't quite do yet. Then turn that into work. Work on the thing that you want to be able to play, so that work isn't the thing you have to do to get to play. Play is the thing you do to find the work that is unique to you. And then you work to expand the play that's unique to you. It's a self-building process, and that's going to, that is the surest way to develop your own artistic voice. And just don't listen to anybody who tells you not to like music that you like or any kind of stuff like that. It's not true. They're liars. Okay, my friends, thank you all for tuning in. That's my evening wind down. And we'll catch you guys soon in the next video and or live stream. I got something coming up on Saturday, so keep an eye out. And tune in. It has to do with video games and music, so don't miss it. All right, y'all. Peace.